This is the brand new BMW X5 50i V8 now, and with its 4th generation G05, it looks better than ever.
Perfect.
I think the front looks super aggressive. I love the new LED lights. Those are the standard laser LED lights from BMW. They're the first ever on an X5 or other BMW car other than the i8. New grille is very dominant from the front. It's so big and wide. It looks great, I think, with this car. I'm not sure about the X7 because it tends to be a little bit bigger, but with this car, I think it looks great. Personally, you have to see it in, in face-to-face. At the beginning, it's overwhelming, but it's not in real time. I believe if you change those parts from, chrome to black, you can make it looks a bit smaller and better. But for the first time ever, the grille is actually active grille. That means all these flaps, they open and close based on the engine needs. If it needs to warm up, it just closes it. If it needs to cool down, it open up. It's an automatic function. You cannot disable it, enable it, but I think it looks great. And when it's closed, it helps with the airflow, the aerodynamics of the car. The bonnet is large, of course, BMW logo, beautiful lines there. I think it looks very good, the aggressive look. From the side, the car looks mean. It's almost 4.9 meters tall. The car is 42 millimeters longer between the wheels compared to the previous model. 36 millimeters in total, 90 millimeters taller. It's 60 millimeters wider. That's the biggest significant part. Now it's exactly 2 meters wide. The car is so wide, man. I've never seen such a car in that class. The wheels, the first time offered in 22 inches as an option. They had 20 and 21. Michelin Pilot Zero, very good tire. Actually, I love it. 275/35, and in the back 315/30. Lots of tire. I mean, from the back, the car looks so wide and the tires are a beast. Let's continue. They have the M badge here because that's the M Sport package. They have the black grille. They're not like the M car. They are just for design, but it doesn't serve any function. Mirrors are very good and they serve the purpose of the blind spot very well. There's two lines from the top and the back, and the line here, it actually curves up with the car and it looks different and the other BMW models. And I really like BMW, what they're trying to do with the designs. Really great job. I love this car so much from the exterior, guys. There's no side skirt, but there's that part, as you can see, it's pointing outwards. That means when you get out of the car, get in, you always tend to touch it and rub it. You have to be careful. X5 have a new feature, soft and gentle closing, and it looks great. Man, it's so beautiful. I love the exterior. So far, I'm gonna show you the back. From the back, the car looks phenomenal again. Beautiful angles. X5 there, X-Drive 50i, new tail lights. They're totally different than the previous models. I think they look very good, they illuminate very well. There's a camera there. Nice diffuser, which is integrated. You don't have to pay for extra. The exhaust is a huge opening. It's actually not fake. There's dual exhaust on each side. This car is supposed to have 4 exhausts because there's 2 exhausts on each side. Now the opening looks fake, but actual exhaust is not. So believe me, they did that for aerodynamics, looks, and functionality, I believe. From the inside, the car looks great. The quality of the leather is better than ever. Soft leather, colors with the brown. This is a huge step up for BMW and even the X5. And actually, I like it more than the other cars from Mercedes and Audi, and I will tell you in a second why. First, the steering wheel. Thick, looks great. The leather is softer than ever and thicker than ever, and the shape is great. It's a bit lighter, colors I've seen. This car comes with full extended leather, double stitching. It's fully loaded except one option, which is the Bowers and Wilkins sound system. 20 speakers, 1500 watts. I mean, the only withdraw with this one, you can have a plastic, speakers covers instead of the metallic. The seats are great. They are the best seats I've ever seen on any BMW. They're ventilated, they are massage as well. You press this button here. Of course, the steering wheel, as I mentioned, you know, it's not an M steering wheel like a real M. You don't have the M stitching colors, but I believe the shape is gonna be super similar. I love this part. It's even leather now with stitch. All different buttons here to control the cruise control. It's adaptive. Pedal shifters are gray, they're clicky. The back is matte, it's not aluminium. You have the volume knobs here, and you know, you can change different channels and different functions based on whatever you know you want. Voice command, the M badge, great steering wheel. The AC vents and the layout of the dashboard is great. It's ambient now. I put it in red and it looks great. There's two small screens to control the temperature. So I'm gonna show you one very cool function. If you press on this button here, so you can have actually different function on digital display, like your radio, your music collection, your iPhone. I want to show you the car how it looks in the night, but not pure night, so we can still see other stuff. Look how cool is the interior. Absolutely fantastic. You know, the combination of the dashboard leather, the high quality brown leather, you know, the wood here, the aluminium part, nice ventilation, even the metallic feeling of the, you know, the buttons. I'm not sure if they're hard plastic or not, but they are very premium. Everything is high premium stuff. Frameless mirror, lights are looking great. This car have panoramic roof, so as you can see, I've opened and closed the shades from here, and even it illuminates, so you can change the light of the car, and even you have a different lighting here, you can see. So now let's talk about how it feels to drive this car. I'm driving the car in Eco mode. They call it Eco Pro. Individual, because you can select it even individually, same as the individual setting for sport basically. For instance, if I floor the car, so there's some hesitation in Eco Pro because the car tend to be a bit lazy, you know, mostly to save gas and stuff like that. Actually, it's not bad, this function, because you can adjust it the way you like it. Comfort mode, you have more power a little bit. The suspension is a bit harder, transmission, and of course the exhaust and the steering wheel. While sitting waiting for the traffic light to open, I'm just gonna speak about this function because it makes sense right now. Because of the acoustic glass material used in the different windscreens, the car isolation from the inside to the outside is fantastic. You hear nothing, man. You only hear some tire noise because that particular car that we're driving today is on 22 inches wheels. So driving the car in sport mode, it's very fun setting, but it's not the highest. Lots of noise from this car. As I said, because it's so well isolated from the outside, you don't hear much the engine noise, but you don't hear even that much like the M cars engine, you know, noise from the inside. So the sound is not really channeled too much to the inside. There's a lot of exhaust noise, and that V8 is a beast. Talking about that beast, that V8 was 4.4 liter. It's not the 4.0. 4.4 is a large size for sure, and it produced 456 brake horsepower between 5,250 and 6,000 RPM. So it revs really high and the power stays there. Lovely sound. And that new steering wheel, the M steering wheel, is just fantastic. It's soft, it's nice shape, it's even thicker than ever, and man, it feels so comfortable at hands. As I own the BMW M4, guys, you know that I love this M steering wheel, but you know, this particular one is just out of this world. But what makes this engine so powerful is the torque. 640 Newton meters of torque, starting from 1,500 RPM to 4,650. Nice crackles on the upshifts. What's cool about this car, it actually monitors the speed limit of the road and it gives you display that on the dash. But 0 to 100 kilometers or 0 to 60 is around, I would say, 4.5 seconds. Transmission is the 8-speed auto. automatic gearbox with manual paddle shifters and manual mode, of course, so you can shift the gear yourself. It's actually gonna be an automatic as soon as you know, press down or up, because you can hear, you will see the M mode there. Beast, this car is a beast. Of course, this is a four-wheel drive car. This is an SUV, the X-Drive. Absolutely great system. This car particularly does have the off-road option, so you have the the button that you press if you're going downhill, so the car presses itself, instead of keep braking. Also, you can adjust the height of the car. You can higher it and lower it as much as you like. That function is really nice if you're going off-road, because the car is already very high for normal roads, so any speed hump or something, you don't need it, I believe. We just enabled the individual mode, and I set it to be damping and steering is sport, engine is sport plus, transmission sport plus. So guys, that's the highest and more sporty option. This is not a pure M car, this is the M Sport, of course. ...140 kilometers per hour, and that's more run, and I could definitely go a little bit faster, but because this is a big car and I need to brake a bit earlier than any sports car, man, the power in this car is fantastic. The noise, it's just incredible. Steering wheel is just very precise. It's a bit light, even in sport is small, but this is an SUV and a luxury sport SUV. It's not like purely sport. The steering wheel does have the variable ratio, so it keep adjust itself, with different speed. If you go higher, you don't need to, turn the steering wheel too much, lock to lock, of course. And in the parking and, smaller speed, you will do the opposite. Also, it does have the rear wheel steering. And man, this function I've been talking about, I love it. At the beginning I was skeptical about it, but Porsche introduced that, I believe, some years before in the GT3, and man, now it's just a must. With higher speed the car turns better, and with lower speed it's easier to, maneuver or get out of parking. This car is really nice, man. It's my favorite SUV so far. And I think BMW nailed it with this G05, It's fourth generation, it's been out since 1999. The car have been grown, of course, in size. If you're stuck in traffic like now, it doesn't bother you, because this is what you will do. You press that button here, you enable the massage seats. I put lumbar support. The ventilation on, 3 settings. To wrap this video out, guys, let's just talk about some options that I wrote it down. The car comes with Apple CarPlay, adaptive cruise control, forward collision, warning, pedestrian detection, automatic emergency brake as well, blind spot, of course, and they are very BMW-ish. Lane assist warning, I think. Even it have rear traffic alert for the back, and this is the first ever. The instrumental cluster with a digital display, 12.3 inches. It's unbelievable good. And the car is so comfortable with the air suspension, even with 22 inches wheel, because it does have the double wishbone in the front and the rear, and it does have the new cluster architecture. They call it CLAR, and I believe the new 3 Series have the same. So this new technology with the suspension, the quality of the suspension and how comfortable and sporty at the same time is unbelievable good, really. This car have lots of luxury, it feels good, looks good. I think this is my favorite car, and BMW, the quality of their exterior with the interior, and of course how beautiful it is to drive and how powerful it sounds. This car is not cheap. Here it costs around, I believe, $120,000 plus. With this package and this car we're driving today, it's around $140,000, $150,000. It's a lot of money, but there's a lot of car.